Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, Elena Today. If you are new here, my name is Elena and I'm an American that lives in Calcutta, India, and I like to make videos about my everyday life. So today is Mother's Day here in India, and I have a couple of surprises for my mother-in-law. So they just went to the grocery store, my mother-in-law and husband, and so while they're out real quick, I'm going to go ahead and decorate and put the gifts out for my mother-in-law, and I'm also going to bake a chocolate cake for her. She really loves chocolate cake, and she's also diabetic, so I'm going to make a sugar-free chocolate cake for her. But I thought it'd be really fun to kind of take you guys along with me today while we celebrate Mother's Day with her. So I'm gonna go ahead and put up the signs and decorate the table real quickly. I also want to show you guys, I made a cute little Mother's Day card for her. And then I also got her a couple of Mother's Day gift. I got her this Brian and Candy New York kind of gift. It's like bath and shower gel, hand and body lotion, and face and body polish. And it is in the scent of strawberry. And I also got her some sugar-free dark chocolate. So I actually got two of these for her, but unfortunately for some reason, the other one's not coming in until Tuesday. And I also got her another gift, which unfortunately won't come in until Tuesday either, but I'll put a picture up here for you guys to see what it looks like. It's a cute little travel size kit of lotions and gels because she is always coming to visit us, and I thought it would be nice and simple for her to bring, and she really loves this brand, so I thought this would be something really nice for her too. But those she will get on Tuesday, and I'll make sure she knows that. But all right, let's go ahead guys and make that chocolate cake. So this is probably one of the easiest chocolate cake recipes I have ever found. So it's going to come together pretty quickly. The first thing you want to do, you can either get a round pan or a square pan. I only have square, and we're going to want to grease the bottom of it. Now if you plan on taking the cake out of the pan when you're done, then I would put some parchment paper on the bottom so it will be a lot easier for you to remove. But I'm going to go ahead and keep the cake in the pan, so I'm just going to go ahead and grease it. And you also want to set your I'm using a microwave oven, so you want to set your microwave oven or your oven to 180 degrees Celsius. Here are the ingredients. First, you want 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Then we're going to do 1 cup of sugar. So since my mom is diabetic, I am using sugar-free sugar. And this is the brand that I am using. So 1.5 cups per flour, then Maida basically. You have 1 cup sugar, 1/4 cup of unsweetened cacao powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, not baking powder, but baking soda, and then 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then you're going to give that a good mix. You can sift it if you have a sifter, but if you don't, just mix it all together so the chocolate can combine into the flour before adding all your wet ingredients. And I'll make sure to add either the video that I used that I found this recipe, or I'll just add the ingredients in the description box below for you guys if you do decide to make this yourself. Okay, so now once that's all combined, we're going to go ahead and mix the wet ingredients together. So here we want 1 cup of cool water, 6 tablespoons of oil. I'm just using olive oil. 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon squeezed. And then we have 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, and then that's basically it. All we're gonna do now is add the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. Just pour that all in and stir. And that's basically it, guys. That didn't take me too long. It's looking really nice and smooth. Just a little bit longer. See, that's basically it. And then we're just gonna take it and pour it into our greased pan. Move it around. So I believe this pan is a little bit bigger than what they call for in the actual ingredients. And so it may not need to cook as long because it suggests to cook it for 30 minutes. Just kind of smoothing it out. That's it, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the micro oven for about 30 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius, but I'll check it every 15 minutes just to keep my eye on it since it's a thinner batter. So the cake is all done. It actually only took about 20 minutes, not 30 minutes, because like I said, this pan is a little bigger than regular. And just to know, to make sure that it's done, you just take about a toothpick or a little knife, stick it in the middle, and it should come out dry. So while that is cooling down, while the cake's cooling down, I'm gonna go ahead and make some icing. I'm not gonna show that on here because I'm gonna hand make it since I don't have a hand blender or hand mixer. So I'm just gonna use a whisk, and it's gonna take about 20-30 minutes for me just to be whisking, and that will be boring. So all I'm going to be using is this icing sugar, and then I'm going to use about a half a cup of this with about a few tablespoons of butter, and then a couple tablespoons of milk, and I'm just going to whisk that until it becomes nice and fluffy and be a perfect icing for the cake. And then I'll probably also add a little bit of vanilla to give it a nice flavor. And I will make sure to put the ingredients in the description box below if you guys do decide to make this as well. I am done with the icing. When you're done, it should not fall out. It should stay up top. It took me about 30 minutes to do. And I do want to mention I am making sugar-free, so do not use the confectionery sugar that I suggested using unless you're making it for regular people. I went ahead and just took sugar-free sugar, blended it into the blender to make it a powder, and I used that instead so that this could be full sugar-free cake. So the cake I put in the fridge to cool down a little bit more. It's not 100% cooled down, but I think it's cool enough to put the icing on. My mother-in-law is just going to be coming home soon, so I do want to have it completed for her. But I will, once I'm done putting the icing on, I will go ahead and put this back in the refrigerator until she gets here so that it can cool down completely. Because if you wait until the cake is, if the cake is still too warm, then your icing will melt, and we don't want that. But I'll go ahead real quickly and ice the cake. Alright guys, the cake is iced. I'm going to put this in the fridge, and then I'm super excited till Ma comes home and see what her reaction is. Happy Mother's Day!
Thank you.
It's not much, but... So I made handmade icing. It took me like 30 minutes, but it tastes very good.
Okay.
And then I got you a card.
Oh my God.
And then I handmade that, and then I got you this kind of Bath and Body Essence. It's strawberry scented, but you know, you can never have too much lotion and body wash. And then I got you a sugar-free hazelnut roasted almond chocolate. And I also got you two other things, but they're not coming in until Tuesday. So I'm giving you another one of these that are regular chocolate, and then I'm giving you like a travel size kind of lotion kit that I think you'll really like. But that comes on Tuesday. But
You love me, Linda.
I do.
I'm really happy.
Well, I love you.
Oh, I'm really happy.
Good, I'm so happy. All right, guys, as you can see, it was a success. Mother-in-law loved everything. I'm just so happy to be able to celebrate this day with her this year. It was a lot of fun. Because of the special day and because of it being Sunday, we have decided to make mutton biryani and chicken chop. So I've never made that before, and so I'm here going to cook with my mother-in-law and learn how to make it today. So it's already kind of late in the day because they had to go to the grocery store to pick up some stuff. Unfortunately, we tried ordering it on Big Basket, but for the last couple of days, they've been not having any slots available for them to deliver food to us. So today we finally had to go to the grocery store. And so what we're doing is, first what we did when she came back was we took mutton, washed the mutton, have about 10 pieces of mutton. So this is what they look like. This is the extra left over. And in a pressure cooker, what we did was we added a little bit of turmeric, a little bit of salt, a little bit of red chili powder, and then we also added some whole spices. We added a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of cardamom, and a couple pieces of clove. That's just to help give it a nice smell. And we let it boil for about 5 whistles. So mutton takes time to soften, and so that's why we went ahead and did that now. And we're just gonna let that sit and marinate for a while. And then now what I'm doing is I'm gonna go ahead and marinate the chicken. So this is all our chicken. You wanna wash the chicken, and then you really wanna make sure that the water is drained and that it is not liquidy. You wanna kinda let it to be a little dry. And then you're gonna take just a little bit of doy. You're gonna take a little bit of turmeric, a little bit of red chili powder, and a little bit of mustard oil. And we're going to go ahead and we're gonna marinate the chicken. And we wanna let this sit for a little bit because the longer you let things marinate, the more softer and juicier they are when you finally eat them. And then one other thing is we are using a special type of rice when making biryani. And so this is the rice that my mother-in-law got. It's authentic basmati rice. This is the brand. I don't think I've ever tried this brand before, but you know, the type of rice really matters. It really makes your biryani really delicious. So this is what we're using. And we're using about 2.5 cups of basmati rice. What you wanna do is you wanna rinse the rice a couple of times, and then you wanna let your rice soak for a little bit to help kind of get bigger and soak up that water. And that's it for right now. We're gonna let everything marinate and sit for a little bit, and then I'll come back with you when we start putting everything together. And again, I'm not gonna be too specific and show every single step today because then this video will be way too long, but I just want to show you a little bit of the lunch that we are preparing today. All right, guys, so we have the chicken marinating, and now we're gonna go ahead and boil 3 potatoes, 3 eggs, and then about 2 small potatoes and 2 large potatoes cut in half. And we're gonna boil this for about 10 to 15 minutes and then move on. We are about to boil the rice. So first, before boiling the rice, you want a big pot of water. We have some bay leaves in there, and we put some whole spices. So we have a cinnamon stick in there, we have some cloves, some cardamom, and then she put a little bit of salt in there as well. And we're gonna let this come to a roiling boil, and then we're going to add the rice to it. Now I'm going to cut up the onions. We don't really need other things except onions and tomatoes. So I'm going to take 1 onion and I'm going to blend it into an onion paste. We already have ginger and garlic paste pre-made. And then I'm going to take these 4 onions and I'm going to chop them up because we're going to put half in the chicken chop and the other half in the biryani. And then I'm just going to take 1 more onion and chop it to make a salad later. Okay, a little bit of change of plan. So this was not big enough for the rice. So after the water started to boil, we went ahead and put it into the rice cooker, which I'll show you real quickly. So we went ahead and put it here. Okay, so we're just gonna keep an eye on it. We already put the rice in there because it was at a boil. And so we're gonna keep a watch on it, and we're going to stir it. And then what we're going to do is we already boiled the eggs and potatoes, and then we're going to go ahead and fry them here in just a minute. And these are the onions that are already chopped and done. So now we're just gonna start putting everything together. And sorry for the lighting. I did have my camera in the corner, but we are using the rice cooker now, so I can't keep it there. And it's just now starting to rain. So I'm gonna do my best with the lighting, but this is what we have and we're almost done. So after frying the potatoes, we put them in a separate pot, and then we fry the eggs. And every once in a while we check the rice to make sure that it's about 75% cooked, and then that is when we will drain the water. Now we're gonna go ahead and saute some bay leaves and some onions. We also added a little bit of cumin seeds as well. Then what we did was we went ahead and the rice was done, and we went ahead and poured it and drained out the water. Add 1 tomato. Some sugar, add some onion paste, some ginger paste, and some garlic paste, some red chili powder. Wow guys, if you could smell this, so good. So we added the mutton from the pressure cooker. We added a little bit of ghee, and then now we're adding some garam masala. Can we go ahead and put it in there now?
Yes.
So we mashed some whole spices, some cardamom and some cinnamon, and we basically mashed it and put it in there just to help it give a better smell to the dish. And cloves, we also smashed some cloves. And then she added a little bit of water from the pressure cooker. Here we added a little bit of rose water, a little bit of milk, and then we're also going to be using some biryani essence at the end. This is the rose water that we used. This is the milk that I used.
It looks so good.
And how many whistles do you just let it cook like that?
Just 4 stitches is enough, but I want to boil it and soft first.
So let's
soak the water, then
Okay, so we'll boil it first for a little bit, then we'll do it for about 4 whistles, correct? Okay. So now we're making chicken chop. Is that what it's called, chicken chop? Is it chicken chop?
chicken chop.
Okay, chicken chop.
Big piece. Chicken chop always with the big piece of chicken.
Okay, so chicken chop are the big pieces of chicken.
Chicken chop is so good.
Okay, so when making biryani, chicken chop is usually the best side dish for it, correct? So we have some bay leaves, some cumin seeds, so adding some salt, no, sugar, sorry, sugar. Then we add half a tomato, and then some chopped onion. So we went ahead and took about 1 onion and sliced into 4, took 2 green chilies, and we are marinating it in vinegar water. So we have some vinegar and water. We're going to marinate this and eat this with our lunch, and it's super tasty and delicious. So we're adding some ginger paste, garlic paste, onion paste, we're going to add some garam masala, So the chicken chop is complete, and this is what it should look like when it is done. So the oil kind of should be on the top of the chicken, a little bit thicker, and that's it. It looks perfect and smells even better. So what we're gonna do in the rice cooker is we add it ghee to the bottom, and we add it about 5 to 6 bay leaves. So now we slowly add a little bit of rice on top of the bay leaves and ghee, but not all of it, just some, because we're gonna be layering. Then we're adding the eggs and potatoes that we fried up earlier on top of that layer. Add a little more rice. Mutton is ready. Wow, that looks good. So we're gonna layer it on here as well, like we did with the rice. So we'll do another layer of rice.
Yes.
And then we add the essence after this. And then you just pour it all over evenly. Wow. And so because the rice isn't quite fully cooked, it's only about 75%, we're going to keep it in here for about 10 to 15 minutes, okay? And then it'll be done, right?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, guys, we are finished with lunch. Here I have the mutton biryani, and here I have the chicken chop. Sorry, I know it's not really, it's focusing on my face. And then here are our cucumber and then our onion that was marinating in that vinegar. It smells so good. Now, I'm not gonna try this on camera with you guys. I've already had this before. I already know it is phenomenal, but this is the first time that I actually paid attention and watched her make this stuff. So now next time I know how to make it, and my husband is super excited about that because this is his ultimate favorite meal. We don't have it often, but today is such a special day, and so we definitely wanted to make something nice. Mother loved the chocolate cake, turned out perfect. My husband also really liked it, and he's not a big fan of chocolate, so I think that's a success in my book. But it's already pretty late today. We started the day off a little later because we had to go to the grocery store. It's already about 4 o'clock, so we are going to have our lunch, and then we're gonna probably take a little nap, and I think tonight we're gonna watch a movie that my mother-in-law picks out and just kind of enjoy the evening with her. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button because it really does help to support my channel. And just a quick shout out for all those mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to my own mom too. I wish I could be there with her. I love her very much and miss her, but I will be calling her a little later today to talk with her. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye.